Hi, everybody. Mitch here. Thanks for joining me today. Today, I'm going to talk about whether it's safer to use a credit card or a debit card. And there's a couple of nuances there and actually a little side conversation. So, if you wondered about this, then keep listening. So, the first thing is that credit card liability for fraudulent transactions is very simple. Under federal law, assuming you report it within 60 days of it appearing on your statement, your liability maxes out at $50. Many banks, as a competitive thing, say that number is zero, but worst case scenario under federal law is $50. So very clean, simple, not a lot of questions. Under debit cards, it depends on whether the card was stolen, like your wallet was stolen, or just the number was stolen. And depending on how quickly you report it, your liability could be zero if you report it before the transaction happens, $50 if you report it in 2 days, $500 if you don't report it between 2 days and up to 60 days, and above 60 days if your card's stolen and you don't report it lost or stolen, then you're liable for the whole thing. So that's a strong incentive to use credit cards. Not clear why some people don't like to do that, but probably it's money management, I would say. I mean, obviously, if you use a credit card, there's nothing to stop you from making a payment on that credit card, when you get home, if that's your concern. The other thing, which is I think is a big concern, is if someone does compromise your debit card for whatever reason, the limit to what they can go do is however much money is in your bank account, which that's kind of a problem. And then on top of that, if you have overdraft protection, it's not only how much money you have in your bank account, but also how much money you have the overdraft account. So, and that money comes out of your account right away. And even though you report it to your bank and they will eventually give you credit and all that stuff, in the meantime, your bank account's empty. So, I'm not a big fan of using debit cards for that reason alone. There's actually also another option, which is virtual credit cards. You may have heard of that, you may not. Several credit card companies offer that for free to their customers. I know Capital One does, and I think there's some other folks that do it as well. And there are companies that offer it as a service. They charge like $5 or $10 a month, or if you do a small number of transactions, maybe free. One of them is privacy.com. And the advantage of that is your actual credit card number is not shared with the merchant. And you can shut that virtual credit card off as soon as the transaction processes. Or for that matter, for many of them, you can say, shut it off tomorrow. And it's up to the merchant to go authorize the transaction quickly. If you do say shut it off and the merchant hasn't authorized the transaction, you always turn it back on for another 24 hours and let them run the card again. But in that case, it's one and done. So a lot of times, and every bank and service is a little different, but sometimes you can say, for the most part, you can say, this credit card number is only valid at this particular online website. So that's good, because if the number gets compromised and they try buying something someplace else, it won't work because the way the system is designed is it's locked down. Another option is that it's only good for one time. And so you use it once, and then at that point, it's dead. And it doesn't matter what people try, where or what, or how much, it won't work. And obviously, if the card does get compromised, then you can shut that off without shutting off all the other people that you've given that credit card number to. And you don't need to get a new credit card because it's only a virtual credit card that got compromised. So lots of different options there to think about. But definitely avoid debit cards for a variety of different reasons. And that's all I have for today. But if you have questions, feel free to reach out. And until next time, stay safe. Thanks for listening.